The most common way we'll access our routers for management purposes is through the command line interface. And we can do that either via the console port or using Telnet, which is port 23, or SSH, which is port 22. However, there are graphical user interfaces available, such as the Cisco Configuration Professional. And when we use these graphical user interfaces, we won't be using port 22 or port 23. We'll be using ports like 80, which is for HTTP web access, or 443, which is used for secure web access using HTTPS. However, you may not want to use those default port numbers. For example, with HTTPS, the default port number is 443, but you might want to change that in your environment. That way there you are using that different port number, and it's much harder for somebody to guess the port number that's being utilized for your management purposes. So with HTTPS, you could change it using this command, IP HTTP secure port, and then specify your new port number. So let's say you use port 4433 instead of 443. So by changing it here on the device, the router, you now have to make sure that those end users that are going to be accessing this router for management purposes know that port number, or their applications that they're using to access this device via HTTPS knows that port number. Why? Because now when you access the device, instead of just punching in the IP address or the host name of the device in the URL, you also have to specify the port number. So in this case, the device, let's say it's 192.168.1.1, and the port number is now 4433. Well, that's what the user is going to have to specify in the URL, because by default, without the port number, it's going to use 443.